Hello there. This video is about ratio. Ratio is a concept where we compare quantities. For example, say we've got a fruit punch recipe. In this recipe, we need 1 cup of cold tea, 2 cups of ginger ale, 1.5 cups of OJ, half a cup of apple juice, and 1 cup of pineapple juice. Now, if you look at the amounts of each of these ingredients, we can write these amounts as a ratio. So if I were to, first of all, write words to explain the ratio, so tea to ginger ale to orange juice to apple juice to pineapple juice. So if you look at these symbols here, when you talk about ratio, when we say that symbol, we actually say the word to. But we use the colon to indicate that we are comparing these quantities to one another. Okay, so we're comparing each ingredient to one another. And when you write out a ratio and compare the amounts, it must be in the same units. So you must have the same units. So in this recipe, each ingredient is referred to as the number of cups. Okay, so if we just take each number for each ingredient, so tea, we need 1 cup, ginger ale 2 cups, orange juice is 1.5 cups, apple juice is half a cup, and pineapple is 1 cup, then this is written as a ratio. So 1 to 2 to 1.5 to half to 1. Now generally we don't write the parts of the ratio as a fraction. So we're going to, if we double that ratio, so if we double it, we should get whole numbers. So multiplying everything through by 2. We're not changing the ratio, but we're just obtaining a ratio that has whole numbers. So now, tea to ginger ale to orange juice to apple juice and pineapple juice, we now have this ratio here. So 2 to 4 to 3 to 1 to 2. And each of these numbers here can be thought of as a section or a part of the whole fruit punch. So if we were to add up all these parts of the ratios, so 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2, we get 6, 9, 10, 12. This means that we actually have 12 parts. Now if we think of 12 parts, we're meaning that of those 12 parts, 2 of those parts will be tea, 4 parts will be ginger ale, 3 parts will be orange juice, etc. And so we can actually turn this into fractions. So we can go from the ratio to fractional parts. Okay, so for tea, 2/12 will be tea, compared to 4/12 will be ginger ale, 3/12 will be orange juice, 1/12 will be apple juice, and 2/12 will be pineapple juice. So we can go from a ratio to actual fractions. And the reason why we want to do that is so that we can answer these sorts of questions. If you've got an actual amount, so in a 3.5 litre bowl, that's an actual amount, how much orange juice and ginger ale would there be? Okay, so this is when we would use the fractions which have been obtained from the ratio. Okay, so the ratio is up here. We obtain the fractions from using that ratio. So for ginger ale, we need 4/12. Okay, so 4/12 will be ginger ale, and we take that 4/12 and we're finding 4/12 of 3.5 litres. Now, of in maths means times, so if we convert the of to a times, 4/12 times 3.5 litres. Just do that on our calculator. So 4/12 times 3.5 will give us 1.1666. If I can just change that to a fraction, I get 7/6, which if I go Shift FD will give me the mixed number. So 1 1/6 litres will be ginger ale. For orange juice is 3/12. So if we go back to the ratio, orange juice, we would have 3/12. So OJ, 3/12 of 3.5 litres. So we're finding out how much is orange juice in that bowl. So 3/12 times 3.5 will give us 0.875. So I'm just going to leave that as a decimal. 75 litres will be orange juice. So that's how you use ratio. Here's another example, and I'll just pull up the next question. Try and fit it all on the same screen. Okay, so have a go at these two questions here. You can pause the video now. How'd you go with those? We've got Christmas lunch. For Christmas lunch, we've got a bowl of strawberries and blueberries, two 250-gram punnets of strawberries and two 100-gram punnets of blueberries were used. So what is the ratio of strawberries to blueberries? So strawberries to blueberries. Strawberries, we've got 2 times 250 grams. So if I just put that underneath S for strawberries, blueberries, we've got 2 100-gram punnets. And if we just do a little bit of calculation here, 2 times 250 will give us 500 grams of strawberries, and we've got 200 grams of blueberries. Now we can simplify a ratio. So 500 to 200, I could divide both of those by 100 in order to simplify the ratio. So get 5 here to 2 here. And that's the ratio in its simplest form. So strawberries to blueberries, the ratio is 5 to 2. Say we've got another bowl. Another bowl was prepared with one 400-gram punnet of strawberries and 3 100-gram punnets of blueberries. If the two bowls were mixed together, what would the ratio of strawberries to blueberries be now? Okay, so another bowl. So in the second bowl, strawberries to blueberries, we have 400 grams of strawberries and 3 times 100-gram punnets. So that gives us 300 grams of blueberries. So you can see here, dividing both by 100, we get a 4 to 3 ratio of strawberries to blueberries. Now, if we mix all those two bowls together, so the original bowl and the second bowl, in our first bowl we had 500 grams of strawberries. In our second bowl we have 400 grams. So if we add those two together, we get 900 grams of strawberries Blueberries, we've got 200 in the first bowl, 300 in the second bowl, so that's 500 grams. So mixing them together, we can see this is a ratio of 9 to 5. Now if we look at these ratios, the first bowl had 5 to 2, the second bowl had 4 to 3, and in total it's 9 to 5, strawberries to blueberries. So we can see we've just added the individual parts of the ratio. So 5 plus 4 gives us 9, and 2 plus 3 gives us 5. So when these two bowls are mixed together, the ratio is 9 to 5. We're going to use this ratio to answer the next question. So say on Boxing Day there was approximately 1.5 kgs of the mixture left. How much of the mixture was blueberries? You can pause the video now and have a go at this. So how'd you go? So remember, to work out the amount, we need to change our ratio into fractions. So first of all, the number of parts, total number of parts, is 9 plus 5, which equals 14. So 14 parts in total. Now to change that ratio into fractions, strawberries, we've got 9/14, and blueberries, we've got 5/14. Okay, so we're using the fractions to answer this question here. So it's asking how much of the mixture was blueberries. Well, blueberries is 5/14, so we're finding 5/14 of 1.5 kgs. Okay, so on our calculator, 5/14 times 1.5 gives us 0.53. If I round that to 3 decimal places, 0.536. So that is equal to 0.536 kgs. So a little over half a kg of blueberries. So I put 3 dp here because I've rounded it to 3 decimal places. Kgs of blueberries. Okay, one last example here. This is Cook Island chop suey. There are the ingredients there. And I'm just specifically looking at these 4 ingredients here. Now what happens when you make chop suey is that you mix these 4 ingredients first before adding that to the rest of the ingredients. And here are the amounts that you would use. So we would write the ratio out in this way. So vermicelli, cabbage, pork, garlic, and we're going to put the amounts underneath each one. So 450 grams of vermicelli, 250 cabbage, 500 of pork, and 50 grams of garlic. So having written this ratio here, see if you can go ahead and simplify this ratio and then answer this question. So pause the video now and have a go. How did you go with that question? So you should have got this simplified ratio here. So 9 to 5 to 10 to 1. The total number of parts is 25 parts, and cabbage makes up 5/25 of the total amount. So we've got 2 kg pot. So 5/25 times 2 kgs will give us the amount of cabbage. So we get 0.4 kgs of cabbage. Thanks for watching.